Grand Rising. Monday AM, we are starting with manifestation and prayer. How is it similar? How is it different? How you get all the things you want? And if that's something you want to listen to this live. I'm here every single Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Manifesting Mondays. Hi, everybody. We're out of the woods, kind of. The Mercury retrograde is now over, so things are going to start to settle in. But as we all know, we talked about last week about this being a snake year. We're shedding all the things that no longer serve us. Grand Rising. So I was listening to a video this morning about prayer, manifestation, and vibrational energy. And the worry energy. So when people are constantly worrying about their children or someone that is sick or hospitalized, your worry energy has a very specific vibration attached to that. If we're worried about a relationship, if we're worried about a job, worry, it is a very low vibration. Ankh, I see you in here. So map of consciousness. Worry is down in the survival paradigm. If we constantly worry all of the time, we're only putting a low vibration into something. If you're worried about your children, like I said, you're worried about a job, you're worried about finances, that is putting negative energy into something that you don't want. So if someone is sick, you're like, oh my God, I'm so worried about them. Instead of saying that I'm so worried about X, you have to, or you should, say, I'm so happy and grateful that their health is restored. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the most amazing job. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in the most harmonious, blah, 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 blah relationship. I'm so happy and grateful that my kids are always safe. I'm so happy and grateful that my children make the right decisions. Instead of using your energy to worry about something, the state of the world. Oh my God. I'm so worried. They're saying that the stock market's going to crash. I'm so worried. They're saying that all these people are losing their jobs. I'm so worried. And more often than not, that is our dominant way of thinking. Our dominant way of thinking is what manifests our reality. So if your dominant thoughts every day are worry, you are only putting negative energy. Negative is below the middle threshold, right? You're taking away from something that already doesn't have something. So if someone is sick, they already don't have good energy. Your worry is further manipulating that energy. They say like, oh, two people manifesting something at once will manifest twice as quickly. Good or bad. So if you are a person that is worried about someone who is sick or worried about a relationship or worry, you are only putting negative energy into that thing, whatever that it is. Now, what does that have to do with manifestation and prayer? Because people will pray and that is energy, right? Prayer is energy being put into something. But most people pray from a state of victimhood. They pray and beg, please don't let this happen. Please do this. Please don't do that. Please, right? That is coming from a victim mindset, a victim state of being. This thing around my neck's got to go. It's killing my neck. And I already have neck pain. There's the end of that. So, manifestation and prayer. Prayer is manifestation, but it's just different in the way that we do it. Thanks, Karen. When we are manifest something, we are learning and understanding that we are manifesting from a state of already having it. As hard as that might be, manifesting from the I am grateful rather than the I am so lonely or I am so sick. What is your I amness? So when we pray, we're often praying from a state of not having. which is coming from a state of lack, which is coming from the survival paradigm. If you want to get out of the survival paradigm, which is shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, if you want to get out of that, you have to mentally get out of it first before you can physically get out of it. Our mind is a projection, and I've said this a million times. Our mind is just a projection screen. Our current reality that we are in right now is a result of past thinking and thoughts. So if you are in a situation that is unfavorable to you, have you been dwelling on it? Have you been thinking about how horrible it is? Have you been thinking, oh my God, I can never get out of this? Have you been praying about it and saying, please help me to do this or do that? Instead of, and I didn't know what book I was going to read from today, but out of all my books, I grabbed Feeling is the Secret. And I already knew what I was going to talk about today, but what page did I open up to? Chapter 3, prayer. Whenever I get a book, I just grab it and I open it up to the page, and like whatever page it is, that's what I'm supposed to be talking about today. I opened it up to prayer, and my whole thing was about manifestation and prayer and putting your energy into something. This is to help you understand how powerful your mind is, how powerful your feelings are. Feeling is the secret to manifestation. Feeling is the secret to prayer. Faith is what? Belief in the unseen. Having belief in the unseen before it is seen. Karen is on it. So when we are praying, it is having the belief in the unseen. That I am praying for someone's health. I am praying for someone's safety. But how am I doing that? Am I doing it from a state of desperation, or am I doing it from a state of power? Thank you. Being grateful. Thank you, God, that you have healed this person. Thank you, God, that my mother is feeling better. Thank you, God, that my father no longer has knee pain, or whatever the case might be, right? Karen is a rock star. Always. So I opened to prayer in Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is, I can't even explain to you his work, but it is definitely more of, and I want you guys to tell me if I'm wrong, and I'm not. I know that I'm not. Neville Goddard's work is definitely for someone more advanced in the manifestation game. Someone that has a broad and bigger understanding of manifestation, because when I first started doing this, however many years ago it was, my sister gave me one of these books. I don't know which book it was. It might have been this one. I don't know. And I started to read it. I'm like, I don't understand anything that this man's saying, because I didn't have anyone to really, and my sister told me like about it, but I wasn't constantly in the realm of Neville world. So again, we're going to go to chapter 3, prayer. Prayer, like sleep, is also an entrance into the subconscious. When you pray, enter into your closet. And when you have shut your door, pray to your Father, which is in secret, and your Father, which is in secret, shall reward you openly. Prayer is an illusion of sleep, which diminishes the impression of the outer world and renders the mind more receptive to suggestion from within. When you pray, don't you go into a different realm? When you pray and you have your eyes closed and you're imagining, or you're just in a state of, I guess you could say hypnosis, because you go into that state where your subconscious is more open. When your subconscious is more open, you're more impressionable to ideas. The mind in prayer is in a state of relaxation and receptivity akin to the feeling attained just before dropping off to sleep. The state akin to sleep, it's called SATS. That's a Neville Goddard term. State akin to sleep. As you are falling asleep, that is the most powerful time for praying, for manifestation, for visualizations, because that is when the subconscious mind is most impressionable to outside or other ideas or new ideas. Most people use the time as they're falling asleep to worry about, oh, I didn't pay these bills. oh my God, why did this person treat me like this? I feel so terrible. Oh my God, I can't believe I have to get up for work tomorrow. We use that state akin to sleep, the most important time of our day for manifestation. We use it in the wrong way because we were never taught this. So again, the mind in prayer is in a state of relaxation and receptivity, akin to the feeling attained just before dropping off into sleep. Prayer is not so much what you ask for as how you prepare for its reception. Do you prepare when you are doing visualizations or praying, whichever you want to call it, because it is the same thing. It just depends on how you are asking and which is the way that you will receive it. But it's how you prepare for its reception. Do you prepare for receiving it? Do you already see it as done? Walk by faith, not by sight. What does that mean? Walk by faith, not by sight. It is no different than manifestation. It is no different than prayer when done correctly. Walk by the faith that you already see it in here, even if you don't see it out there. Like, oh, I'm going to be a multi-millionaire. Well, I don't have it yet. I am walking by faith and not by the seeing. I don't see it in my bank account. I just know that it's going to happen. I'm going to be the greatest basketball player in the world. It hasn't happened yet. I might be still living in the hood, or I might be still just in high school, but I live in that space of having faith. I'm going to be the greatest. Walk by faith, not by sight. That is manifestation in a nutshell. You are walking with the faith that I already have X, Y, and Z. I already know what that feels like because I visualize these things every single day. So I know what it feels like to be the greatest skier in the world. I know what it feels like to be the greatest boxer in the world. I know what it feels like to be the most world-renowned heart doctor. I know what it feels like to be the best manifestation coach in the world. I know what it feels like. You live in it. You embody it, even though you don't yet have it out here. You have it in here. The only place that you need to have it is in here. I have the most successful business. I have the most successful skincare business. I have the most, like I was talking to Andy from Alatura, the owner of Alatura. That guy is full of so much amazing energy. He's so high energy that he manifests things into existence. From his accident, from the way that his skin was, he manifested an entire skincare line. And maybe he didn't even know that he was doing it. Maybe he did. But can we get intentional with our prayer? Manifestation prayer / Can we get so intentional that we see the results? So that when we are praying for someone, we see the outcome of what it is that we want. We don't sit there and beg God, God, please heal this person. God, please, please, please. Say, God, thank you for healing this person. When my little sister was in the hospital, she was 18 years old. She was diagnosed with, they didn't even stage her because the tumor in her chest was the size of a football, the entire width of her chest. She was in the hospital from December, I think it was December 18th, until like April. And most of the time she was in ICU. This was probably almost 15 years ago, maybe something like that. And this woman called Patty Angel, her best friend's mother met her at a diner. Long story short, this lady ends up, she's a healer. She comes into my sister's hospital room. I was there, her best friend was there, and a couple other, maybe 2 other people. And we did this prayer. And she brought a big picture of Padre Pio. And after that is when my sister's health turned around. And it was the visualization of seeing her healed. This woman, Diane, that was really close to our family, she would always say, thank the tumor for coming and thank the tumor for leaving. Thank you for teaching us what we needed to know, but thank you for leaving. We're speaking things into and out of existence, literally. So prayer should be no different than that. Thanking God or whomever it is that you pray to and what you believe in as if it's already done. Can you say the name again? What name? Padre Pio? Wait, what are you guys asking me to say? Because I talk so fast and that thought is already gone. So tell me I don't even know what I said. Tell me what I said so I can help you. So prayer is not so much what you ask for, it's how you prepare it for its reception. Whatsoever things ye desire when ye pray, believe that you have received them and you shall have them. You went mute for a minute? What did I say? I don't know. Whatsoever things ye desire when ye pray, believe that you have received them and you shall have them. You shall have the things that you believe that you already have, even if you don't have them in this reality. Imagine if we were taught this in school. Padre Pio, yes, Padre Pio. Padre Pio was a known healer. So they always say when you have something, major health things going on or whatever, that you pray to Padre Pio. So this woman brought in an 8x10 picture of Padre Pio and a prayer card of Padre Pio. And I told you guys this story before, but many people probably haven't heard it. So she came in, we held hands in a circle. My sister was in a coma. She didn't know we were there. She had been in a coma. I don't remember for how long. But at that point, she started to get blood clots in her neck. Now, again, this is like 15 or more years ago. I don't remember exactly. She had blood clots in her neck and she was starting to retain fluid. So I had left for like 3 days just to get a break. Like we were all up at the hospital literally every single day for months on end. So I had left. And when I came back, my little sister is like my size. When I came back, she looked like she was 300 pounds. Her entire body just blew. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Her fingers were literally like sausages. She was unrecognizable, and this happened in a matter of days. They didn't really know what to do with her. So they had to give her blood thinners. Like there was so much, like her tongue swelled up. They had to put a stick in her mouth so that she wouldn't literally bite her tongue off. And she was in a coma this whole time. So this woman came in, Patty Angel, this little petite woman. She looked so frail. I'll never forget what she looked like. She had long blonde hair, like all the way down her back. And she had to be in her 50s, late 50s, but had like a really soft-spoken voice. And she just came into the hospital room. And we're like, are you Patty Angel? And she said, yes. She said, I would like to pray over your sister. So we all held hands. And she had this big picture of Padre Pio. And then she had the prayer card. So Patty Angel put the prayer card. Now, my sister's been in a coma. Not awake, not conscious at all. Put the prayer card underneath of her pillow. Nobody knew it was there except for us. She put it there. And, she left. And the next morning I came back to the hospital and the prayer card was in my little sister's hand. So I asked the nurses, did you put this prayer card in her hand? None of the working nurses at that time, the morning staff, no, we have no idea where that came from. They asked like the few nighttime staff, I said, I want to know how she got this prayer card in her hand. Did someone put it in her hands? And everybody's like, no, we have no idea. We didn't even know that it was anywhere. It was under her pillow. So nobody, even none of the nurses, nobody knew it was under her pillow. Nobody's just randomly checking under her pillow. She's in a coma. So we still to this day don't know how the prayer card got in her hand. All that we can say is that there was some manifestation of energy that was in that room because my little sister was in a coma. Like she was not conscious and she was very, very sick. And like I said, she looked like a 300-pound human. Like she was down to like 100 pounds from the chemo and from everything that she had gone through. But it is the power of energy, right? These things happen and a lot of times we don't know how these things happen, but the power of prayer is energy put into something. So in this case, the energy was going to my little sister for her healing. It was like, see her well. Not see her sick and pray for healing. It was like, see her whole. Diane would always say, like, see her whole again. Like, you have to see her out running around doing what she was happiest doing. Like, you have to see her. At that time, she's 18 years old. See her out with her friends. See her out walking around. And we did. She was not supposed to survive this. So why we're talking about that is because when you focus energy into something in a way of seeing it whole or seeing it as done, living in the state of the wish fulfilled is what Neville Goddard always says. When you live in the state of the wish fulfilled, what is your wish fulfilled? Is it you living on a farm with all these animals around you? Is it having X amount of money? Is it having 3 kids? Is it like, what is it? And you have to visualize yourself and see yourself in those situations every single day. And especially when life is hard, it's much harder to stay in this state of visualization. It's like, well, my world is turning to shit and my world is horrible and like every single day is a struggle. How can I sit there and be in the state of the wish fulfilled when everything else is turning to shit? And that is the turning point of your life, is overriding the programming that my life is terrible, that everything is hard, that my job sucks, that I hate my kids, whatever it is. That is the hardest part, because when you shift out of the current reality that you're in to the reality that you are desiring and that you want to call in, that is when things start to change. Your life will never change if you are constantly in a state of victimhood. And there's so many ways to change your mindset. I talk about this all the time. Go on YouTube, put on a subliminal sleep meditation for attracting love or attracting a specific person or attracting money or attracting your dreams, whatever that it is, your health. Are there any limitations to this? My worries overwhelm me. There are no limitations except transitioning, when someone transitions, right? They're out of this realm. We have control of this realm. When I tell you guys, if I told you the things that I've manifested, you'd be like, you are insane. There are no limitations. It doesn't matter what the scenario is. If you are meant to be with someone specific, no matter what the current reality is, it will happen if you visualize. You are switching timelines. You are tapping into a different timeline. That's all that it is. If you see yourself as a multi-millionaire, even though you're dead broke right now, and you take inspired action, it's not like sit home and visualize and it's going to fall in my lap. You have to take inspired action and do these things to make these things happen. And when you see yourself in that place, say you want to open a business, you're like, I don't have any money. How am I going to do this? Start making a business plan. Start looking at properties. Start putting the ball in motion and see yourself in the end goal with customers, tons of customers coming in and out of your store, and you're super successful. And oh my God, like I need to hire more staff. See that visualization, but continue to put things in motion, continue to put energy out there, continue to say like, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I have the perfect investor for my business. And all of a sudden doors will open for you. Out of seemingly nowhere, doors will start to open for you in the craziest of ways. We don't have the pen and paper of how things unfold. We don't have the paintbrush to this reality. The reality that we have is the one that we create in our mind. The in-between of how we get to that end point is not your business, not your concern. You don't ask a builder to build a house and then you sit behind him and watch everything he does. Say, I don't think you're supposed to do it like that. Well, why is this color? This isn't the right color. And the guy's like, I'm not even halfway done. Stop micromanaging me. Our job is not to micromanage the universe and how things come together. I've manifested some crazy shit and I didn't understand. I'm like, oh my God, like all these things needed to happen for me to get here. Even if things were falling apart in the process, if I stay faithful to my desired end, it will happen. There's no question about that. It will happen. Thanks, Krystal. I forget this part often. Do you have any recommendations on how to stop forgetting to implement these new habits, thought patterns? So when you use the sleep meditations at night, that's already working on reprogramming your mind, even if you're not conscious of it. So that's going to be one of the biggest game changers, is every single night you are listening. You're not listening, but your subconscious is listening to these different thoughts, right? There's a lot of them that have affirmations that just say affirmations over and over. And there's one by Bob Proctor, and it says, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I don't even have to think about what that says because I've heard it so many times in my subconscious mind. It's already programmed in there. It's already programmed in there. If for some reason I'm just like, okay, I need to step up my game and like, let's bring in more abundance, and I listen to that, then the next day it's like all of a sudden these sales come out of nowhere. All of a sudden someone hits me up to do an appearance somewhere or whatever that it is. A job opportunity comes up, right? Which sleep meditations do you recommend? Any specifically? There's so many of them. I have a playlist on my YouTube. Elmer, what is his name? He's actually Neville Goddard's grandson. Elmer O something. I can't remember his name, but I like his sleep meditations. There's a girl, for anybody with specific person stuff, there's a girl named Jasmine. She has dark hair. She's really pale, dark hair, but she has tons of overnight ones that I like that are really powerful. Elmer O'Lear, I can't remember his name. But there's a lot of like big manifestation pages that have the 8-hour overnight thing. Just put like manifesting money, manifesting a specific person meditation, manifesting health meditation, and you'll see that they're like 8 to 11 hours long. They have binaural beat ones. They have, what other ones? There's a lot of different ones. Thank you, Elmer O'Locker. Karen coming through. Elmer O'Locker. I don't actually, is it Elmer O'Lock? Elmer O'Locker Jr. Thank you for that. Someone that just came in here, he was reading, I think, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and he was like, oh my God, I think he, if he was gambling or something, and he like won a bunch of money after he started like to read these things. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay, the only condition required is that you believe that prayers are already realized. Your prayer must be answered. Okay, so let's give an example. When you start to see a person differently, they show up in your reality differently. So whatever story in your mind, every single person, event, job is just playing a role and part in your movie. You're just directing these people of what part they're playing. Oh, you're playing the cheater. You're playing the person that lies to me all the time. You're playing this. Okay, that's how you're going to show up in my reality. If you constantly believe that all women like only want you for your money, or no woman is trustworthy, or there's no good women out there, perfect. Every woman that will come into your existence will play that part. If you believe that all men are cheats, all men are liars, men can't be trusted, there's no good men in this world, you're always abandoned by them, they ghost you all the time, congratulations. Those people that come into your life will play that exact part. You are the writer and director of your film, and your film is this reality. So whoever you are assigning these roles to subconsciously, they're only playing their part. You don't just happen to be so unlucky that like a guy is always abusive to you or whatever. That is subconscious programming. Most people that are abused in relationships were abused in their childhood. They have the abuse programming, whether it's physical, emotional, sexual, verbally. They will manifest that not because they want it, but it's because they're subconscious programming. So people will say, oh, well, does that mean that someone that was raped, like they wanted it? That's not what I said at all. You have the subconscious programming of victimhood, of abuse, whether again it's sexual, mental, emotional, physical. You have that programming. So because you run from that state of being, your reality can only reflect your innermost beliefs about what you believe to be true about yourself and the world. People, circumstances, anything are only playing the role that you have assigned them. My job doesn't pay me enough money. You have the belief that you're not worthy of making more money. You have the belief that, oh, I'm too old for this job, or someone else is going to take my place. They're going to replace me with AI. You just wrote that in your own script. You are writing the script yourself and you don't know it. Oh my God, I'm not making a lot of money this week. My money is down. Somewhere in previous weeks or days, you had the subconscious belief that next week, oh my God, like it's just not going to be a good week because of Christmas and people don't have money. You are writing the story of your reality. You are writing the story of your own reality. If you want your reality to look different, you are the writer, you are the director, you are the producer, you are the star. Let's go back. If someone else is the star in your film of life, you gave them that role. Because somewhere in your subconscious belief system, you believe that I'm not enough. Oh my God, that person could never want me. That person will never stay with me. I'm not good enough for him or her. You are writing your reality with the pen of your subconscious mind and beliefs. So if you want a different reality, you better become the motherfucking star of your show. For years of my life, other people were the star of my show, or I allowed people to minimize me because my energy is too much for people. I'm too this, I'm too that. I can't look too sexy. I don't want to make this person feel insecure. Now I'm like, fuck you. Do the work on yourself. If you do not show up for your reality in the way that you want to create it, it'll never be created in the way that you want it to be. So 2026, take no prisoners, take back your own power, and you become the star of your movie. A lot of my career, oh, don't wear this because so-and-so will feel like that. Don't do that, especially from behind the scenes. When I was a hair and makeup artist, wardrobe stylist, I had celebrities that were insecure around me because of my energy, because of my confidence, because of my no bullshit, because that I am a realist, because of the way that I look or the way that I present myself. I am not minimizing myself for another human being ever again on this fucking planet. So if you are a person that is minimizing yourself because of the needs of others, that is not a you problem. That is a you problem. If you constantly spend your life minimizing yourself for others, your life will always be minimized. You will not be as big as you possibly can be because you are shrinking yourself, which means you are shrinking your life. That becomes your belief. Oh, I can't be my full self because this person will feel X. There's even people that have been the closest to me that would make comments about my body around their husband. So I felt like, oh, I have to wear baggy clothes. Like I can't. Now I cut those people out. Now I show up harder. Now I know my absolute worth and no one is going to minimize that because I am rewriting the script of my reality. Where in my reality, I am as big as I always knew that I was. My role on this earth is to be seen. Not all of us have the same role, obviously. My role on this earth is to be seen. It's for me to show up for people. It's for me to show up for people that I don't even know, maybe will never even meet in my entire lifetime. But my role on this earth is to be seen to deliver my message. It's not to be seen and glamorous and all this other stuff. It is to be seen so I can deliver my message. That's it. So remember that you are the writer of your reality. You are the writer, you are the director, you are the script person, you are the designer, you are the hair and makeup person, you are everything. I'll never forget my last apartment that I moved out of. When I first moved into it, because I had moved from LA to here, my sister said, make sure that you decorate this like it's your home, like it's a place that matters, like it's your sanctuary. Because coming from my LA place, like the rent in LA was like $4,000 a month for a 2-bedroom and a loft. And I just stopped living there mentally. And I didn't give a shit about the apartment. It was a beautiful complex, like a really, really nice place. but I didn't care about that space. And that was when I was really getting heavy into the manifestation stuff. And she reminded me, like, your space should be the place where, like, you feel your absolute best, right? I'm glad, Britt. And so in moving into this place, so like my other place, like I designed like a little studio because I'm like, I know I'm going to be filming all the time. Like I want to have a great background, and like I have my doors, you know, all the things. And now with this place, it's so much bigger. It's basically, it's the biggest apartments that they have in this building. And I knew that I needed to expand. I knew that my wealth was going in another direction, and I could not expand myself in the little fish tank that I was in. That other space that I was in, literally 2 doors down from where I am now, was this little tiny place that I couldn't expand any bigger. There was things everywhere because I had nowhere to put them. So subconsciously, I knew that I had to leave, and because I lived there with Leo, I didn't want to leave that space, but my body and my mind and my consciousness already grew out of this space. So when I came into this space with like all natural light, and again, this was the first apartment that I saw 4 years ago. I'm like, I love that. Oh my God, I have to have that. And it wasn't available at the time, nor did I want to pay the rent that it was at that time. And now I am formulating this space to be my everything, my complete sanctuary, because I want to feel so good in here. Every time I come in here that I'm happy. It reminds me of my abundance. It reminds me of how much that I've grown. It reminds me of my capabilities in creating art everywhere that I go. You guys can see, I just had that picture of Leo blown up. I bought this frame from a consignment place, and there was a painting in that frame, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be the frame that I'm going to get Leo's photo and blow it up. So he's present in this room. I'll show you guys. There's another huge picture that I had blown up of him, and I just love, it's hard to even look at his pictures, but it brings me so much peace, and having him in my space and feeling his presence. But everything in here is intentional. I don't have anything in my space that is not intentional. Like, I have so many strange things in here that are all representations of me. I have a lot of different patterns, a lot of different prints that all represents me. So if we are the writer and director of our movie, like, create exactly what you want your life to look like. If there's old things in your space, move them, rearrange them, or get rid of them if they don't serve you anymore. I let go of so many things when I moved out of my old space because I'm like, this does not serve me anymore. But I might wear it. If I haven't worn it in a year, you're out. Which was a lot of things. So I'm trying to not clutter up my space with things that don't have meaning to me, that don't have some level of significance. I want to continue to expand and expand and expand. So with the space that I'm in, I'm doing that by intentionally curating it to look exactly like I want it, because I want my place to look like it was just come off of Pinterest. Oh, my space is on Pinterest, because it's that creative, right? Because I want my space to be representation of me and everything that I've accomplished, all the things that I've done, as a reminder of how much more I want to grow. I've done a lot of different things in a lot of chapters of my life, but I know that I am the creator. I know that I am the writer. So right now is a very, very, very strange holding pattern for many of us. That is isolation, that is weird, that is uncomfortable, that is shedding, that is growing, that is expanding. And so I'm allowing the rest of this year to ride out as just laying low. And next year is going to be the year of me growing in a very, very huge way. Because it is the year of the horse. The vacuum law of prosperity. You created the space for the manifestation of your desire, and you've been cultivating them with quality and love. I love the picture of your dog. Yes. Yeah. He is my guardian angel now. Well, I've been talking for a good 40 minutes. I intended this out. Thank you so much for all these talks you have done. It truly supports us to be better. You're definitely being seen and heard for the better of humanity. I appreciate that a lot. And this is my purpose, and this is my mission in life. is to help people to elevate, to become their greatest and highest selves. It's not about fake positivity. It's not about, oh my God, you have to be so happy and positive. Like, that's not realistic. Can you create that reality for yourself? Yes. Am I there yet? No, I'm honestly not. I'm honestly not exactly where I want to be. I'm not. So I'm working on getting to exactly where I want to be and then living in that space. I'm aware I was with a white dog over Thanksgiving. He talks to me through the animals and the owls. I love that. I hope that you guys have an amazing week, and be intentional with what you're doing. Be intentional with your space. Be intentional with the way that you're thinking. Be intentional with the things that you're eating. Be intentional with all the people that are in your life. And it will come to fruition. You are the writer, director, and star of your movie. Please don't forget that. I'm first time at your live. You're inspiring. Jesus bless you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here. Guys, thank you. Seriously. When I say thank you, I mean that with such gratitude. It's not like blowing smoke up my ass. Like, oh my God, you're so amazing. Like, this is the work that we all need to do. That we all should be doing to have the greatest life that we possibly can have. So this is just me as the messenger. Not me as the person or anything else, but me as the messenger of giving people a way out of their suffering. Because it's all possible through your thoughts and inspired action. So feeling is the secret. Rewatch this if you have to. Like, sometimes manifestation things or teachings don't click until the 100th time that you watch it. I've heard that when you pray, you shouldn't ask for things, you command. Is that true? I'll answer that and then we'll hop off. Commanding things. Okay, I'll give you an example. I did acupuncture on Saturday. Like, when I tell you I was so sick in my stomach from how much pain I had in the back of my head because of, I took yoga, and there's a whole thing behind that. But after the acupuncture session, I felt better, but then when I laid in bed, my head was just like throbbing. So I took some naturopathic stuff, or homeopathic stuff rather, and I commanded. I didn't say 100%, I said 90. I said, I command by tomorrow, my neck and my head are 90% better. Tomorrow when I wake up, I will be 90% better. That is commanding. I will be 90% better by tomorrow. I woke up, the percentage was literally 90. Because all the pain was gone, but there was just a little tiny pain back here. About 10% left. 90% better. So yes, commanding. I'm so happy and grateful that my life is exactly the way that I want it. Commanding. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the most amazing job and I'm making X amount of dollars. Commanding. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in the most amazing relationship with my dream woman or man that has this color hair, eyes, this amount of money, blah, blah, blah. Commanding. It is about commanding. It is about commanding. Again, I didn't say 100% because I just didn't believe it. I said 90. Sure as shit, I was 90% better yesterday. Okay? Commanding. We're commanding what we want to the universal energy. With that, I got to go do my workout. And I will see you guys this week. Love you all.